Good morning, Gillinor.
Or afternoon, or evening, or whatever it is where you are.
I'm your host, Artie Ops.
And I'm your other host, Traylon.
And welcome to the first ever episode of the RNG show.
Also known as the RuneScape News Guild.
We'll worry about properly introducing ourselves in a future video. Let's get right into it. Today, you and I, we're going to have a nice long conversation where we'll be talking all about DP.
Wait, DP?
Yes, silly DP, Demonic Pacts. Old School RuneScape's 6th league is officially dropping on April 15th, and boy, are we hyped.
Oh yes, that DP. We've been in Leagues Leaks season since the 23rd of March. Jagex has been drip feeding us information every day, and now we are on the verge of kickoff.
Yes, we are. Now, some people might argue that Leagues Leaks season started before the 23rd. This is due to the fact that there have been Leagues Leaks leaking since the Winter Summit. However, I'm here to say no. Those Leagues Leaks were Leagues Leaks leaking the Leagues Leaks, not the Leagues Leaks themselves. The 23rd was the official start of leaks leaking for Leagues.
Wow, that was a lot. Anyways, this is the 6th season of Leagues, a limited time game mode that is run every few years or so in old school RuneScape. We're going to assume at this point that you have a foundational understanding of how a Leagues works. If you don't, then we'll link a video in the description from one of the awesome creators out there who have already done a great job of explaining it.
Good call. Yes, do that. Now, if you know what we're talking about, here's the TLDR. League 6 begins April 15th in a new starting region of Varlamore. You're going to stand alone as an Iron Man, by the way. This means no grand exchange and no trading. Echo bosses are also back. We have all the information on the Relics for this league coming soon.
Guys, before we dive in, this is our first ever video. We are so excited to be here and trying this thing out. If you're hyped for Leagues, do us a favor and drop a like. I want to get wild here and set our first like goal. How about 25 likes for our first video? Do you think you can help us out?
You know what? I bet we can do it.
I bet we can. Okay, time to talk about DP.
All right, so diving in. This League 6 Demonic Pacts will be starting off on April 15th for the third time, and will run for a total of 56 days, which is about 8 weeks, an awesome length of time.
Hey, that means go ahead and let your boss know you're going to have a real serious case of the flu that week.
That's true. I will. I know I'm skipping school. So, your journey is going to begin in Yama's Lair, a brand new starter area where you will complete the League's tutorial. Here, you're going to find demons running amok, keeping things in order. You're also going to spot a nifty set of stepping stones, which will be used as a solve for those early agility levels, since we're no longer starting in Lumbridge. Surprise! This is also where your home teleport will take you, and Yama's Lair will lead you into your brand new starting region of Varlamore.
If you're wondering, yes, you will get Karamja as a free region early in the league. After that, you will get the choice of 3 other regions. This includes Asgardia Desert, Fremennik, Kandarin, Karamja, Korend, Mauritania, Terranwin, and the Wilderness. Does it feel like something's missing?
Yes, it does. There's a Misthalin-sized hole in my map as Yama has seemingly set the entire region ablaze. No Lumbridge, no Varrock, no Draenor. This region will be completely inaccessible during this entire region, or so we think.
Do you know something we don't?
We'll see. I have a crazy crackpot theory that I'll get to at the end of the show, but please tell us about the XP rates that we'll see.
I've got more than just XP rates. This League's, you'll be starting with the following bonuses: 5 times XP, 2 times drop rates, 4 times mini games points, unlimited run energy, and stackable clue scrolls.
These numbers are going to scale as you progress through the league, making you more powerful as you level. As you increase the amount of relics you have and accumulate more and more leagues points, you're going to see those numbers reach as high as 16 times XP multiplier, 8 times for mini games points, 5 times drops rates, and 5 times more Slayer points and more.
Area unlocks will be another big part of the league. You start in Varlamore, Karamja unlocks early automatically, and you get to pick 3 more areas. I'm excited to see and hear all about the strategizing and theory crafting that's already started. Pink skirts unite.
Yes, and your route matters, your build matters, this time more so than ever. It's going to be a different not having Misthalin around, but Varlamore has some interesting things to think about. Bosses include the Amaxolotl, the Doom of Makayotl, the Gemstone Crab, Huecoatl, Moons of Peril, Solherida and the Colosseum, and Vardorvis. For Slayer, you're going to have Zygamites, different types of blue and red dragons, the new Custodian Stalkers, and the Frost, Earthen, and Sulfur Naguas.
There's a slew of new quests that have come out during the different phases of the Varlamore release. These include Death on the Isle, The Final Dawn, The Heart of Darkness, Perilous Moons, The Riveting Tale of a Lily Pad Labor Dispute, and more. Finally, some notable skilling activities are Blessing Bone Shards, the Colossal Worm, Agility Course, Hunter Rumors, Master Mixology, and Veil Totems.
All right, guys, so we're going to go through all of the relics that have been announced so far, which is all of them at this point. So, full disclosure, I first typed up the script for this video early on in the league cycle. Between midterms, life, and the Westardone plague making its way through our household, we are just now getting to the recording portion, and there's a lot of relics. So, instead of bouncing in chronological order like we originally had, we're going to go ahead and cleanly break down each relic tier by tier so you can start planning your build. So, without further ado, our first relic today is Endless Harvest.
This one is amazing for all my fellow parents and job havers out there who need that AFK time.
Yes, that's true. Resources are automatically going to your bank, and that's a toggleable feature. And as the name suggests, you will get harvest nonstop. Even if those nodes deplete, so like your yew tree, it goes away, you're still chopping. You're also going to get double the resources from fishing, mining, and woodcutting. Plus, you get all of the XP from those extra resources. We love AFKing in this house.
Yes, we do. Next up, we have Barbarian Gathering.
And as much as I love the idea of Endless Harvest, and more specifically Endless AFK, this one sounds pretty cool.
Get ready to do a lot of fist stuff with this relic. Excuse me? Because you're going to be gathering everything with your bare hands. Okay. Fishing, mining, woodcutting, all done with your fists, so you don't need a tool or bait. Your hands are legally crystal tools, and all XP earned from these skills will also be put an additional 10% into strength and agility. You'll also get a knapsack to store up to 140 of a gather item, which isn't quite as chill as the prior relic. However, it will give you a good bit of AFK ability.
Yes, and we can't beat the AFK ability. So the final relic for tier 1 is going to be Abundance. All of your non-combat skills get a permanent plus 10 visible boost. Every XP drop will also provide an additional 2 experience in that skill, which is also affected by the XP modifiers. You also get 2 times as many coins as you get XP, meaning a 99 in a skill will essentially give you 26 million GP. Lots of things to think about here with these different relics.
This one sounds really overpowered at first,
It does.
but it will definitely have a drop-off when you progress to later game. All 3 starter relics are so well balanced that it is going to be a hard choice, truthfully. Thankfully, we know all the other relics coming and can game plan a build. Now let's check out these other relic reveals.
All right, guys, now we're moving on to tier 2. First up, we've got Friendly Forager. Basically, whenever you're woodcutting, fishing, mining, or hunting, you're going to passively collect grimy herbs into a new item called the Forager's Pouch. You can also process all herblore items at once, with secondaries having a 90% chance not to be consumed.
All potions are also made right into 4 dosers. Wow. We also have Woodsman. This will let you automatically bank your loot from hunter traps. Plus, logs you chop will automatically burn with full fire making experience. You'll also be getting some boosts to fletching, as all of your items will be processed at once. Those stackable items will be capped at 10x the regular amount. Finally, your Quetzal Whistle won't lose charges, and you have a 100% success rate on all hunter actions, with faster traps and double loot.
You got Quetzal Whistle. Those sound nice, but you're going to have a hard time getting me to pick any other relic that doesn't alleviate my agility experience. Even with 16 times experience, you will not catch me running laps at Sears. So, thankfully, we have Hotfoot. You get the Searing Boots, which will give you an automatic agility experience that scales with your level just for running around the map. You'll also cook fish that you catch automatically. Wow. ore that you mine becomes smelted right away. Other agility perks include a 33% chance to spawn a Mark of Grace, and course completion counts for 2 and grants 25% bonus experience. You'll get 2 times termites from the Colossal Worm course and 10 times crystal shards from Priv.
Another cool perk is that when you pick up a termite or Mark of Grace, you will automatically complete that lap, getting full XP and 10,000 gold. Totally useful relic here, but let's move on to the tier 3.
And just full disclosure, Jagex did say that Banker's Note is not coming back this league, so think about all those options for money. So, yes, now we're moving on to tier 3, like she said, which is the teleport tier. My goal this league is to really practice and improve my PVM skills. So, this first relic is probably going to be my choice with Evil Eye. This is going to give you the ability to teleport to the entrance of any boss or raid in the combat achievement list. Additionally, Borrow's teleport will let you go to the surface or straight to the chest. The Moons of Peril can be teleported to individually as well. This item also ignores wilderness teleport restrictions, and you're going to see that as a common trend with all of these relics of this tier. Obviously, you can't use this item to teleport to an area you haven't unlocked yet, but it's shaping up to be a pretty solid choice in my opinion.
Next up is Bank Heist. This one is pretty basic, but allows you to teleport to any bank, deposit box, or chest. Honestly, I feel like a good portion of banks are already pretty close to a teleport. I'm sure there are some pretty niche options with this, but I can see it being picked much less than the others.
I agree. And this next option is pretty interesting too. We have the Map of Alacritidi. You get the ability to teleport to any agility shortcut that you would have access to. However, those shortcuts will retain all of the original requirements, so you're going to have to be on the starting side, which means you're going to have to train your agility to get the most out of this relic.
All right, on to tier 4, where things get a little weird.
Just a little bit.
But in a good way. First choice here is a bit familiar with Conniving Clues. The way this relic works is that every time you open a reward casket, you're going to have a 1 in 3 chance to receive an item called Clue Contracts. This new item will teleport you directly to the current clue step you're on.
Yes, that's true. Now keep in mind that the exact amount of contracts you receive is going to increase with the difficulty tier of the clue scroll that you're on.
Yep. You also get passive effect with this relic that will make your clue scrolls have the least possible amount of steps while simultaneously having the maximum amount of reward rolls. You will be 10 times more likely to receive a clue vessel from skilling, and clues from creatures and implings have a 1 in 15 drop rate.
All right, so it is interesting to see the checks and balances that they have going on here. Some of these relics feel weaker in certain aspects than previous leagues, but stronger in others. So the next relic that we have is Transmutation.
Ooh.
Yes, and this one is a little wonky. High and low alchemy are going to mutate into 2 new spells, Alchemic Divergence and Alchemic Convergence. The first of which will upgrade up to 10 resources into a higher tier, while the latter will downgrade up to 10 resources into a lower tier. It also works on noted items, and it will automatically recast, which we love.
This will work on hides, runes, ashes, uncut gems, compost, various types of seeds, logs, ores, bones, and fish. Imagine going to the cow pen in Lumbridge and then upgrading the bones into superior dragon bones and the cow hide into black dragon hide. This is definitely interesting.
This is interesting, and I can't imagine that. I like the sound of that. Maybe they should move that into the real game. So, alrighty, this last one is another shout out to the AFKers. Butler's Bell will summon a demonic butler to work with you, even if you're offline. He will mine ore, catch fish, chop logs, pick flax, and farm herbs. Additionally, he can process ores into bars, cook the fish, make logs into blanks, spin flax into bowstrings, and make herbs into unfinished potions at roughly half the speed as it would gathering.
Can I marry him?
Yeah. Whoa.
As a mother, worker, and a full-time student, I can say that I am loving this relic. All right, on to tier 5. We're starting off with Nature's Accord, our farming relic. Taking this relic means you won't have any level requirements for patches. You get a magic tree seed at level 13 farming. You can plant it. Also, every patch is going to give 10 times the yield before it becomes automatically noted. Yes, that means your 9 Raynars just became 90 Raynars. Full XP for the extra resources. Plants will never die, and you'll get a 20% chance to not use a seed or sapling when planting crops.
Yes, and on top of that, you also get the fairy mushroom. This is going to allow teleportation to any fairy ring, spirit tree, or tool leprechaun. I like seeing the change-ups here. Instead of cookie-cutter relic tiers, we're spreading the love and really making other choices viable. Okay. Up for next tier 5 is Larcenist. Now, this is going to be your thieving relic. This will give you that 100% success rate for all thieving actions, such as pickpockets and stalls, which you will also automatically redo that action while all items become noted. Stalls never deplete, guards never catch you, and that coin pouch limit is 10 times more than usual.
That, coupled with a 10 times increased loot for all thieving actions across the board, is sounding pretty strong.
Yes, it is.
Finally, for tier 5, we've got the new relic, Soul Harvest. All bones and ashes that would normally drop from enemies get turned into soul shards.
Bones?
These can be used for rune crafting in place of essence. They can also be sacrificed at the Teomat's Libation Bowl for 550 prayer experience per 100 shards. Essentially, you get 1 shard for every 4 experience you gain while harvesting crops, though this does not stack with Nature's Accord, nor will it work at
Teeth's Farm. I'm really liking how these feel. It's like some of the previous major relics are being broken down and stuck into different spots, almost feeling like shattered relics in a way, but like a good way. Now, in previous leagues, I'd be trying to find the best relic of that tier. This time around, there's a lot of synergy between the different relics, and the relics themselves really make it feel like your choices are going to matter here. I feel like I'm coming up with a proper build or making selections on a talent tree versus just picking the best relic that exists. All right. On to tier 6. We're going to see the return of Grimoire here. You have probably seen this before in previous leagues. You get the Arcane Grimoire. This acts as a Book of the Dead, and it also allows you to freely swap between spellbooks whenever and wherever. You can also use any prayer, any spell, regardless of quest, area, or diary requirement.
Competing with that is going to be Culling Spree. This relic will act as one of your 3 choices for tier 6. When you're assigned a Slayer task, you will get the option to choose between 3 different tasks. Also get the ability to choose how many of that task you'd like to slay, with numbers being as low as 5 and as high as 200.
Wow, that's a high number.
Yeah. You get a 50 chance to spawn a superior Slayer monster after killing a superior Slayer monster, which will drop 1 in 3 elite clue scrolls each on death. You will also have all Slayer helm effects permanently.
Now I like that.
Yeah. You get to purchase all Slayer shop rewards for free, plus you'll receive a free rune pouch, herb sack, and looting bag.
Well, you really can't beat that. I think that might be... I'm liking that one. But then we've got some competition with Eternal Sustenance. This one is super simple, but also super effective. Food is no longer consumed when you eat it. This means that you have an unlimited supply of food. It's not flashy or anything, but it does feel good. And it also opens up the ability to pretty much brute force your way through a lot of content.
Yes, it does. Imagine just being able to eat whenever and not die.
Yes, one shark, forever shark.
Moving on to these last few sets of relics, we have Flow State versus Reloaded for tier 7. You probably remember Reloaded, and it's going to work the same as before, but at a higher level. This relic will let you choose any other relic from a previous tier.
I almost picked at the last leagues, but its competition was just too good. We'll see about this one, because we also have Flow State, which is going to compete with that, and it's a fan-made relic. Oh. Now, this is a relic that was created by the winners of the Gridmaster community event that happened last year. It's an interesting one and seems pretty cool off the rip because it affects almost every skill or action that you're going to do.
Yeah, I'd like to see this one in action, but essentially, a whole lot of actions are reduced to 2 game ticks, or 1.2 seconds. This includes mining, woodcutting, fishing, cooking, fire making logs, or adding to a bonfire, offering bones to a prayer altar, fletching, just about anything, and also smelting and crafting actions are included.
That's a lot of things. That's a lot of things, and it's also going to make you harvest allotments and herbs quicker. You're going to low ouch, and you're going to high ouch, and their new variants, and some new minigame interactions such as Wintertot Roots and Brazier Lighting and Teparos Fishing and Stealing Valuables and more and more and more. Woo! These effects will stack with the Fletching Knife and Diabolical Worms, so very spicy relic.
Seems like a good one to stack with another relic we already discussed.
Yes, it does.
Alrighty, finally on to tier 8. These look fun. First off is Executioner. This one is pretty fun. You're going to get the Sage's Axe, which will execute a target as soon as they're below 20% HP.
That's strong.
And this works in a 6-tile radius. Keep in mind that it will respect any range damage reduction effects as well as any immunities the target may have. Also, it will not affect Yama.
Yeah, keep in mind that none of those tier 8 relics are going to affect Yama, which kind of bleeds into this crazy theory I have that I was talking about earlier, but I'm going to get to that later because next up is my personal favorite, Minion. So you're going to get the Minion's Whistle, and it's going to allow you to summon a full-on demon buddy that sticks around for half an hour and will just fight right there alongside you. It's got a 3-tick attack speed with a max hit of 10, but this year it can be upgraded. By giving it 5 unique equipable Zamorakian items, you're going to be able to increase that max hit by 2 per item. It attacks using whatever style your target is weakest to, and if you're in multi, it can even throw out area of effect attacks depending on the situation.
That one does sound fun.
Yes, it does.
And strong.
Yeah.
Okay, next up is Flask of Fervor, an item that will restore hit points, prayer, and special attack to full strength. You'll also reduce all damage you take to 0 for 4 ticks, and trigger 3 explosions dealing 60% of your base prayer level to all enemies within 3 tiles as typeless damage, but keep in mind that you won't be doing damage to Yama. The cooldown for this is 3 minutes, but every 10 damage you deal in a single hit will reduce the cooldown by 0.6 seconds, or 1 game tick. The only downside I'm seeing is that you don't automatically use this item if you're taking damage that would have killed you.
Yes, which was true with Last Stand at the last leagues, and I was a big fan of that, but that was a lot. We went over all of the relics officially, so tell me, babe, are you ready to have the full DP experience tomorrow?
I guess, yes, I'm ready. So let's talk about this DP.
Yes, well, you tell me, what else is going on during this leagues?
All right. Well, continuing on with the updates, Echo bosses are back and stronger than before. These are enhanced versions of bosses that you know and love, which will drop some extremely powerful league-specific unique rewards. Jagex has announced Echo Thermi will be coming back in the Kandarin region. We also saw that the Echo Dagonoth Kings will be returning to the Fremennik region. The Endgame is getting spicy.
Spicy, like black pepper. Okay, so we've also got the brand new Echo Amoxolotl and Varlamore. Other announcements include Echo Hespori, Echo King Black Dragon, Echo Cerberus, Echo Hunlif, Echo Kelpite Queen, and the Echo Grotesque Guardians. On top of all of that, the raids are buffed, the drop rates are increased, items are dropped as a complete piece instead of upgrade pathways. For example, the Amulet of Rancor, which drops from Araxor, will be a complete item instead of an Araxite Fang. Mega Rares are also very accessible with the chance to get them from any raid, so you could get a Scythe from Tombs of Amasket. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Jeez, we are only hours away from the drop of leagues, and I'm getting excited.
You're very right. Another massive reveal that we got the other day is the Demonic Pacts. Now, this is a huge, massive system that replaces combat masteries and is styled like a non-linear Path of Exile styled skill tree. Instead of picking one upgrade path, you're branching out, stacking effects, and you're pretty much building a real playstyle.
These effects are crazy.
Yes, they are.
And it's too much to cover all in this video. Some of the effects include regenerating runes, ammo, weapon charges while you fight. Some of the effects, though, are regenerating runes, ammo, and weapon charges while you fight. These can chain into other bonuses like magic level boosts, extra ranged echo attacks, and as well as healing and prayer sustainment. Other effects are thorn damage when you get hit, faster attack speed, bonus accuracy, and your spells scaling depending on different elements.
Yes, it is very interesting to see how this is less about picking the best option available and more about throwing together a build that works well together. Now, this system is incredible so far, and I can't wait to cover more of this in RuneScape News. Guys, by the way, the RuneScape News Guild will be a weekly to bi-weekly news show where we cover updates on RuneScape and just general going-ons in the community.
Oh, well, in that case, if you're enjoying the show so far, please go ahead and click that subscribe button and turn on notifications if you'd like to stay up to date and follow along with our content creator journey. Also, I have a real strong feeling we're going to be able to hit 25 subscribers by the time this league's releases. We are so confident that if it happens, I'll make Artie buy a bunch of bonds with his GP to give away on the 15th.
Whoa. Okay, well, since Traylon decided that she's going to volunteer my gold, I'll just say be sure that you guys are in our Discord server. This is to ensure that you enter in the giveaway if/when we hit our goal. You'll also be able to chat with us and check in. Link to join is in the description down below.
Now, Artie, before we move on, what is this theory that you've been talking about?
So, I'm going to be honest, I don't think Misslin is going to be gone for the entirety of this league. It sounds crazy, I know, but guys, listen, Yama is such a major part of this league that I find it really hard to believe that fighting him is only tied to those with Zaya access. Now, this might be a hot take, but I personally think that at the end of League 6, either Mistlin will be unlocked or every one of the NPCs that are sitting there is going to get teleported. That way we can save those NPCs.
So, like, at the end of Deadman season, except instead of everyone fighting each other?
Instead of everyone fighting each other, we're fighting Echo, Yama, and we're all working together to save Mistlin from him. Now, if you want me to really put on the tinfoil hat, I think Yama, who specializes in contracts, I think he might be having those Echo bosses sign a contract to get the power from him. Now, in exchange, they're going to fight to defend him during our final fight with Yama. Now, I can see everyone getting to Mistlin with rifts being open, like in the Deadman finals, except that other Echo bosses are funneling out of those rifts to fight alongside Yama.
I think you're crazy.
I think I am crazy. It's a crackpot theory. I'm having fun with it, but if I'm right, we're going to blow the fuck up. All right, guys. League 6 is shaping up to be one of the best looking seasons that we've had so far, and I'll tell you, I am already feeling the hype from the league cycle and can't wait to see where this goes.
New start, strong relics, faster progression. It feels different in a good way. And I'm so excited to see Jagex shake things up, and I'm so proud of the devs on this one.
Yes, and we really hope you guys enjoyed the show. We had a lot of fun making this, and we've got a lot of fun ideas to add and to make new segments to keep the entertainment value up. You can look forward to those in the next episode. We don't want to make this one too bloated.
And if you've made it this far, I'm hoping you've been enjoying the show so far. We're excited to go on this journey, and we hope you join us along the way. If you'd like, please leave us a comment telling us what you're most excited about this league's.
Yes. All right, guys. Once again, I'm Artie Ops.
And I'm Traylon.
And this has been the RNG Show. We'll see you soon.
Bye now.
All right.